Did I ever tell you that I thought you were discriminating against me because I'm Dominican?
The only time you said that was, I believe, after I gave you a 28-day notice. I could go back through the text and
Okay. Um, okay. And how did you respond
I'll respond to what?
to my text telling you that I felt like you were discriminating against me because I was Dominican?
I don't believe I responded.
I'd like to mention the final investigative report on page 3. In his interview, Mr. Marino told the investigator that he didn't know I was Dominican until I filed the complaints with HUD in the Wisconsin Equal Rights Division. He stated in this
Okay, you can ask him a question about that, but you can't say, "Hey, this is what this says." This is cross-examination, and you're limited to asking questions of this witness at this time.
Thank you. You said I'm done?
Did I say that?
Oh, I thought, I'm sorry. Okay.
No, you're limited to asking questions. So if you want to ask him, the text in this final investigative report, and ask him if this is in fact what he said to the investigator, you can ask that, but you can't simply recite it. You know.
It's hard. Okay. Okay, I think I'm in. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try to ask it in an asking way. Did you tell the investigator that you didn't that you weren't aware of me being Dominican until I filed the complaint with HUD and ERD?
I don't recall that specifically. I see that it says that in here. And if I said that, there could have been a little bit of confusion in terms of the way they asked their question.
Okay. Did you tell the HUD investigator that you didn't recall me ever saying to you that I felt like you were discriminating against me? Did you tell the HUD investigator that?
No. I don't recall that.
Okay. I'd like to, I think I already did that, Your Honor. The text messages between me and Matt, it was stated June 15th, I believe, where I put that in the text that I'm sorry, Your Honor. Yes. June 15th, 2021.
Okay, is this a document that's already been marked as an exhibit then?
I believe that you're marked, now the exhibit, yeah, there's multiple text messages in this exhibit. I believe you marked it all as one exhibit, but they're dated differently, and I just wanted to elaborate on the particular date of June 15th. And the text I sent, where I say, I put, I believe you are treating me differently because I am Dominican, and that was dated June 15th, 2021.
Okay, I found it, and it's exhibit number 1, and the text message from June 15th. What's the question for this witness?
Okay, I think I already asked, how did he respond?
Yes, he responded to that question.
Okay, did you, oh, sorry, Your Honor. Did you terminate Lorna's tenancy?
No, I did not.
Can you explain why you did not?
Lorna was a prior tenant. I think she moved in somewhere around 2017. And I had no complaints about Lorna prior to you moving in. And I've had no complaints about Lorna since you moved out. So I did not, I made the determination that you were the aggressor or the common denominator. And that's why I decided to terminate your tenancy and not Lorna's.
Did I ever send you a letter where I offered to show you photos and videos to prove my allegations?
Possibly. I know I received some letters from you. I don't recall that specifically at the moment.
I'd like to see if I can enter this exhibit C27. It is a letter I wrote to Mr. Marino about how I felt about Lorna and Samantha's behavior.
Okay, I've retrieved the document. It's a handwritten document, and it's directed to Matt Marino at the very top. Does Mr. Marino have that document in front of him?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and then Mr. Marino, do you recognize this document?
Honestly, no. I'm not saying I didn't get it. I don't recall the document though specifically.
Okay. Well, it looks like he's not going to be able to identify this letter, Ms. Hudson. So you wouldn't be able to enter it into evidence that way.
Did
you speak to my landlord prior to me moving in at my prior residence?
When you applied for residency at 60 West Nell, yes, I called your previous landlord to do a tenant verification check.
And is what he told you, did what he tell you make you believe that I was an aggressive bad tenant?
So can you ask a question one more time? Did what he told me?
Did anything that the previous landlord tell you make you believe that I was aggressive, violent tenant that would cause problems at your unit?
So your previous landlord told me that you had issues with another tenant in that building. I believe it was an upper-lower duplex. He told me that you had a restraining order issued against the lower tenant, and I believe the lower tenant had a restraining order issued against you in that one. He told me that he assumed it was a one-off tenant dispute. I took him at his word, and that's why I decided to move forward renting to you, knowing that information.
Did you ever verify the OPs from the prior residents through CCAP,
Sorry, what's an OP?
temporary order protection. Did you check CCAP?
Did I verify the temporary restraining orders from your previous tenancy?
Yes, through CCAP.
No, I did not. Well, I guess, let me clarify that. When I did a CCAP on you, I saw them, I saw them on the Wisconsin Circuit Court website, yes.
Okay. Did I ever volunteer to move out of the unit prior to May 27th, 2021?
I know at one point you said you were looking for a unit. You're looking for a different apartment. So I'd have to go back in the text messages and look.
Did I ever ask you if you were going to give me a good tenant reference or not?
Yes, I recall you asking me that.
And what was your response?
I did not respond.
Can you explain why you didn't respond to that?
I didn't respond because I was, at that point, I was trying not to get things further riled up with you. And so I was, at that point, I was being told as well, to, not continue like conversations with you because they weren't going to become productive.
Okay. Did I ever send you any aggressive, threatening, violent text messages?
No, not text messages. But there were other things.
Can you explain further?
Yes. After I had given the 28-day notice to you, there was a lady in the hallway that cleaned common areas for me. And when she was cleaning, you opened the door and told her, tell Matt Marino if I ever see him, I'm going to kill him.
Did she call the police?
No.
Did you call the police?
No.
Did you hear those words? Did you hear me say those words to her?
No, I did not.
You said, is it true that Samantha Winston complained about?
You know what? You faded out there. Is it true that Samantha Winston complained about, and then I didn't hear anything else?
About my behavior?
Okay.
Yeah. And sorry, what did she tell you?
Just more of the same stuff. You were just causing problems.
Did she provide any evidence to prove this?
I don't believe so.
My last entry, I would like to, the final investigative report. It is page 4. I just wanted to ask, did you tell the HUD investigator that I was very aggressive in my text to you?
Can you I don't see it offhand. Can you point it out?
Your Honor, am I allowed to print it out?
Yes, we're
Okay.
looking at exhibit number 8, I believe, the final investigative report. And what's the page number that you're looking at, Ms. Hudson?
Page 4. If we're going by paragraphs, there's a line at the top, and then the second paragraph, and then the third paragraph. And I would say it's the ending of the second sentence.
I see that that's what that says. I don't recall having that conversation.
Okay. And what about when did you said your cleaning lady is her name Deb Christensen?
Yes, it is.
What date did she tell you that I allegedly made this statement about wanting to kill you?
It was sometime after the 28-day notice, sometime after May 27th, but before June 30th.
Is it true you told the head investigator that this particular woman, Deb Christensen, came to clean the hallways every 2 weeks?
Yes, probably.
Did she ever tell you that I made any threatening statements toward you prior to May 27th?
No, she never mentioned that.
Do you recall speaking to a Molly from the ERD?
Yes.
Did you ever tell Molly from the ERD about Deb Christensen?
I don't recall.
I don't know if it's a statement, but this final investigative report, the investigation was done in October of 2021. So I would like to note the distance of time between the two. And I have no more further questions.
Okay, you know what? I just want to. I have a couple of questions for Mr. Marino, and it's really more background information, which hasn't, to my knowledge, been brought up so far. But I'd like to get to your, Mr. Marino, to your knowledge, the ethnic background of the various people that have been discussed during today's testimony. So Lorna Urich, what is her ethnicity?
I mean, I don't ask those questions. I would have said she was just a Caucasian female.
Okay, and then Nicole Urich, is that the same?
Yes.
All right. What about Kevin Loher? Do you know what his ethnicity
I
is?
mean, let's say a Caucasian male.
Okay. Samantha Winston.
She's Native American.
All right. Those were just the background questions that I didn't think had been covered up till now. Attorney Olson, do you have any redirect for your client?
No, Your Honor, I don't. Thank you.
All right. And then any recross then, Ms. Hudson? For this witness, do you have any additional questions for Mr. Marino based on my questions?
Good question. Oh, what's the ethnicity of Deb Christensen?
I would just say a Caucasian female. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Oh, I'm done.
All right. Attorney Olson, then does the respondent rest?
I guess based on her question, I guess if we're going to go down, I would ask Mr. Marino to tell us what his belief the ethnicity is of Samantha's boyfriend.
Yeah, African American. Zay.
Is it
Male. Yeah, African American male.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing further.
What is that person's name? Because I don't know if we got that person's
Who
name.
is that?
Samantha Winston's partner or boyfriend.
What's his name?
Yeah, I just know
His name is Zay.
I believe Miss Hudson referenced him before as the boyfriend who was recently released from prison.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
He did reach out to me last year asking to borrow $40 because he was homeless. So I never had issues with him. I think I did enter those in 2 exhibits. His pictures on there.
So, Ms. Hudson, do you have any follow-up questions then based on Attorney Olson's question?
Yes. Did Zay ever complain to you, Mr. Marino, about my behavior?
No.
Is it true that he moved in there in late December?
I don't know the time frame.
Is it okay, Your Honor? I have text messages between me and Samantha Winston.
Okay, let's just, okay, so we're in the respondent's case, okay, we're in the respondent's case, and Mr. Marino is testifying, all right?
Yes.
And so then Attorney Olson had a follow-up question about Samantha Winston's boyfriend. That was responded to. Then you had a follow-up question about this person, Zay, whether he ever complained about me. There was a response to that. When did he move in? Unknown. And so we're still in question mode for this witness, limited to what was brought up on redirect. And so then do you have any additional questions within the scope of those, within the scope of what has been brought up on redirect for this witness?
I think I do. Is it correct to say that Zay was there prior to providing me a notice to terminate my tenancy on May 27th?
I don't know that.
I have no more questions.
Okay, then Attorney Olson, anything else for the respondent?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Respondent rests. Anything in rebuttal then, Ms. Hudson, before I close today's hearing?
Rebuttal as in questions or rebuttals as in closing testimony?
Well, I guess if the respondent has brought up something that you feel that you need to address, then this would be the time to do that.
Like with text message as evidence? I'm trying to clarify what you're saying. Like, can I bring these in?
Okay, well, here, so you had your case in chief where you presented your evidence, right? And then the respondent had their opportunity to present evidence, right? And so the rebuttal portion of the testimony would be if there was anything that the respondent brought up in their case that you wanted to basically answer to, this would not be the time for like any new evidence or something. This would be something in response to what they have brought up. So do you have anything that you want to say or submit in response to what the respondent has presented?
Was Zay on the lease?
No.
Okay, we're not, we're done talking to this witness, right? So this is.
Oh, no, I don't have anything to say. I don't
okay, all right. So you have no rebuttal evidence or testimony to present.
I don't have nothing. I'm done.
So I've got 9 documents that have been marked as exhibits for today's hearing. Any objection to me receiving exhibits 1 through 9? Ms. Hudson?
No objection.
And then Attorney Olson.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Exhibits 1 through 9 will be received. I'm going to close the hearing at this time. There will be a written decision issued and mailed to both parties as soon as possible. Thank you for participating in today's hearing.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right. All righty. Bye-bye.